I wanted to do a quick video on the results of Metal Rescue Rust Remover Bath, like kind of a personal use. Never really used it before, didn't see much in the way of videos already on YouTube, so I thought I'd try it out myself. That's about, I think it's about 20 bucks for a gallon, so very expensive. I've got a grinder, so some of the flat material that I'm planning to use I can certainly grind for basically free, but figured I'd put it in there and see how it works. So I've got a C-clamp here, something I picked up at a garage sale for really cheap, you know, I think $2. Very nice, made in the USA C-clamp. 2 wrenches that were actually in one of the pipes in my boat trailer. So I think these are too far gone, even if the rust is removed. I don't know if it's usable, but I'll throw them in there. This is a file I left out in the rain, just kind of a cheap Home Depot file. And then here's some Craftsman pliers. Perfectly usable, but I thought I'd throw them in there. I am curious to see what it does to that material there on the bottom, so we'll see that. Also, here's some flat stock. I think this is 1/2-inch plate I picked up for a project. Here's a 1-inch by 1-inch square solid tube, square bar. So yeah, I'll throw all that in there, and I'll probably check it at 8 hours, see what happens, and then come back in 24 hours if it needs to go back in. Here's my bin that I plan to use, simple plastic bin. So it does say this stuff is safe, but I figured I'd put some gloves on. Actually, it shows a guy's hand dipping the parts in the solution, but I'll wear some gloves just to be a wimp. Put those in there. I'm assuming that the water will, oh yeah, I guess show you the parts. That's pretty heavily rusted there. And then we did a little grinding over here, so I'm assuming it will soak up underneath there. That'd be a good test. Here's another one. Maybe I could probably should probably do that. Put the wrenches in there as a prop. Well, let's just try it. Let's see what it does. What I don't know is how it'll react if something's sitting on top, so I'm just going to throw it to the side. Alright, here we go. They say to cover all the parts completely, or else you'll have a line. I guess for those pliers I probably could have dipped them in a little cup or something like that and kept the plastic parts out, but a good test, see what happens. Looks like I used about half of the stuff, about a half gallon. Probably could have planned it better with maybe a different bin, and maybe could have pushed that down in there some, or put it more flat so I'm not using as much material or much solution. So I think it's been about, basically I forgot about it, so I think it's been about maybe 12 hours. It's 11 o'clock at night. So let's take a look and see what we got. Not sure if it's picking it up, but that was pretty clear. The liquid was pretty clear before. Now it's got a good brownish tint to it. By the way, apparently this is reusable as well. So yeah, let's pull some of the stuff out. First is the C-clamp. Oh wow. It's like some paint or something there that I couldn't see before. I think it's pretty clear. This one I don't think really needed it, but figured I had the solution anyway, so I think I'd throw it in there. So that's nice. It's a little 1x1. Oh, very clean. Ready for welding, basically. Pliers look about the same. It's hard to tell. Probably could soak them in there a little bit more, but it's fine enough for me. Yeah, wrench is much better. I think basically the chrome came off these, and I think they're pretty much unusable at this point. So I guess I could leave it in there a little bit longer, but no interest really in getting those up usable again. Let's check out these. It's underneath. Oh, very nice. Looks like I probably could leave this in a little bit more. Files in here too. File looks pretty good. So I'm not really sure if you're supposed to scrub this stuff down. So yeah, I read the directions. Basically said to rinse and dry thoroughly. So not too bad. I'll consider that maybe neutral, a little bit better than it was before. No visible rust, but so this is much better. I think there is some surface rust. There's a little bit of gunk still on it, but it's pretty much just mill scale at this point. So that one's pretty good. Also pretty happy with the C-clamp. It was you can see a little bit of some old paint or even something coming off. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's just rust, but looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I think that's probably the best out of all of it so far. Just rinsed it in water, and there we go. So I think I'm going to leave the other two plates in there a little bit longer. See what tomorrow brings. Directions do say light rust up to 2 hours, moderate rust up to 8 hours, heavy rust up to 24 hours until rust is removed. So yeah, see what tomorrow brings and let her soak. Definitely pretty happy with the C-clamp. It looks much better. Its threads function better. So pretty happy with that. Alright, we're pretty much sitting at 24 hours. These have been soaking. File's looking pretty good. Still looks like there's a little bit of rust in there, but we'll rinse it off and see. Those look much better. Looks like a lot of this rust would just kind of rub off if I scrubbed it. So, I guess for the most part it did okay. It's not perfect, but it is, on a lot of these parts, a heck of a lot better than it was for just simply soaking. So you could probably wire brush it, get a little bit better finish on it. This is a part that we had grinded previously with a grinder. Got the mill scale off, and still some surface rust in here, but probably some light grinder will take that right off. So certainly not perfect, but overall I'm, I guess, happy with it. Kind of a easy way, lazy way to remove some rust. So there you go.